There is no shortage of people that are looking to buy discounted real estate in the United States. The problem is, finding discounted real estate can be a chore for people who have more money than time. And rather than going out and finding the houses to buy, many of these rich investors rely on buying off-market houses from wholesalers. So rather than buying houses that are listed on market and having to pay a bunch of extra fees and commissions, wholesalers are middlemen like myself who make money by getting properties under contract for a discount and then selling that contract to an investor before ever actually having to pay for it myself. Now, I know for a fact that this strategy works because I've done it hundreds of times and I have showed many students how to do it as well. So the cool thing about this strategy is that there are almost no requirements to wholesale real estate. You don't need a real estate license, you don't need an LLC, and you don't need a lot of cash to get started. The way it works is by finding discounted properties and investors who want to buy those properties and then connecting the two and getting paid for being in the middle of it. In this video, I'm going to break down the 7 steps you need to follow to get your first wholesale deal, as well as show you where to find all the different resources you're going to need, and I'm going to be giving you some massive free bonuses that will help you along the way. So make sure you watch the full video. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. Step number 1 to getting your first wholesale deal is to find an opportunity. Now, by an opportunity, I mean a house that is showing signs of either needing a lot of repairs or showing signs that the seller may need to sell the property quickly. You need to be looking for properties that meet either one or both of these conditions because the owners of the property are going to be the most likely to sell their homes at a discount. There are many different ways to find these opportunities, but the method that I recommend using is a website called Batch Leads. Batch Leads makes it super easy to find properties where the seller may need to sell quickly because it filters and sorts properties based on certain factors that are public record, such as houses that are in pre-foreclosure, houses that are currently vacant, houses that are behind on their taxes, houses that were recently inherited, and more. Once you have a list of these properties, you need to skip trace that list. Skip tracing is a process of finding out the property owner's phone number. Now, luckily, you can do that directly inside of Batch Leads for a few pennies per address. You just select which address you'd like to skip trace and voila, the website will give you the owner's phone number. So the way I had made the majority of my money in wholesaling was from pulling lists of properties on Batch Leads and calling them up and seeing if they wanted to sell. And the best part is, Batch Leads is super affordable as their memberships start at $100 a month. So if you're interested in using Batch Leads to find opportunities for wholesaling, you can actually get 50% off your first month when you use code Tyson at checkout. That's Tyson, Tyson, in all capital letters. Once you've found some opportunities, step number 2 is to call the owner of the property and see if they want to sell it. Remember, just because a property is in pre-foreclosure doesn't mean that the owner is going to want to sell. So the first thing I say when I get a homeowner on the phone is, hey, I know this is a little bit random, but I'm a real estate investor and I came across your property located on Main Street. I know it's not listed on the market, but would you consider selling it? If they say yes, get some details about the property's condition so you can effectively do the next step. After you've gotten the details, let the seller know that you're going to take a look at the property and give them a call back with your offer. And it's now time to move to step number 3, which is to analyze the deal and make the seller an offer. Now, this is the part that gets everybody tripped up, but guys, don't worry, because I actually have a special calculator that makes the process super easy, and you can download the calculator for free using the link below. In order to use the calculator, we just need to figure out 2 different bits of information. The first is the square footage. This is what we're going to use to estimate any potential repair costs. You can easily pull the square footage from Zillow. And the second number is going to be the ARV. ARV stands for after repair value, and this is going to be what the property would be worth if it were entirely renovated. You can find the property's ARV by looking at what other properties that are the same size, in the same neighborhood, and roughly the same square footage have sold for. Once you get the ARV and square footage, plug them into the calculator and you will get your MAO and dispo price. The dispo price is what you will be able to eventually sell the contract for, and your MAO is your max allowable offer, meaning it's the absolute most you can offer the seller for their property. The amount of money you stand to make on the deal is the difference between the dispo price and whatever you get the property under contract for. So your goal is to negotiate the best you can to get it for the lowest price possible. Once you have your MAO, call the seller back and begin negotiating. Once you get them to accept an offer that is equal or less than your MAO, you will now be ready to move on to step 4. And step 4 is to fill out a purchase contract and get it signed. Now, if you need a purchase contract, you can download the exact one I use for free using the link in the description. I paid a real estate attorney to write a contract specifically for nationwide wholesaling, and this is what they gave me. Now, it cost me thousands of dollars, but you can download it for free using the link below. Enjoy. Anyways, once you get an offer accepted, you need to fill out the contract and send it to them. I always do this using an online e-signature platform like DocuSign or HelloSign. These websites allow you to send contracts for signature to anywhere in the world, and it's just the same as if you were to, sign a physical contract sitting across from them. Now, if you don't want to use DocuSign for whatever reason, you could always just bring them a contract in person or perhaps mail it to them if they don't live close. Once you get the contract signed, congratulations. The hardest part of the process is over and you can now move to step 5. Step 5 is to get photos of the property so you can advertise the property to an end buyer. Now, the simplest way to achieve this is to have the seller take photos themselves. Now, if they can't do it, you could always go take them yourself. And if you can't take them, hiring someone off Craigslist is an excellent last resort. Now, once you've gotten the photos of the property, it's time to move to the second to last step. Step 6 is to find a cash buyer for the property. And guys, guess what? Finding cash buyers for discounted real estate deals is super easy. Now, the way I find cash buyers for my wholesale deals is by using a tool called InvestorLift. InvestorLift is a platform that allows me to get my deals in front of over 4 million verified and vetted cash buyers that they already have in their database. It also uses AI to track which investors are the most interested in my deals, so I can call them directly and say what they need to do to get a deal done. So if you're interested in learning more about InvestorLift, I've provided a link down below, and you can use code Tyson to get 10% off your membership. Once you've found a cash buyer who wants the deal, you will then need to send them an assignment of contract. This agreement is what allows you to actually sell your purchase contract with the seller to somebody else for the higher price than what you paid. Now, the exact assignment contract I use is included in the same link that you use to download my purchase contract. So once you've gotten that assignment signed, it's now time for my favorite and the final step. Step 7 is to wait for the title company to pay you. So once you've sent the purchase contract and assignment to the title company, you are then gonna wait for the close of escrow date that you put on the original purchase contract. On that day, the cash buyer is gonna deposit the total amount to the title company's account. The title company will then disperse funds to the seller and they will pay you your assignment fee. Now, the way that you will get your money is either by a wire transfer or they can send you a physical check if you like. So a few days before close of escrow date, they're gonna reach out to you and ask which method you'd prefer. Now, I always recommend doing a wire transfer since it's the fastest way to get your money. And also, you don't need any kind of specific bank type to receive a wire transfer. You could literally get a $100,000 check wired directly to a student checking account. Now, I know that was a lot of information and you may have some more questions. That's why I'm doing a free live training this week where I will be diving deep into each step to show you exactly how to get started. Spots are limited, so if you want to claim your free spot in the training, go to www.freewholesaleclass.com or click the link below to register. I'll be covering some more ways to find opportunities, including some methods that are completely free. I'll go in depth about all the questions you should ask a homeowner while you're on the phone with them, and I'll show you some more methods that are free or cost little to no money to find cash buyers. And don't worry, I'll go more in depth about how both the purchase contract and assignment contract work, plus much, much more. Again, you can reserve your free spot to this live training by going to www.freewholesaleclass.com or by clicking the link below. So if you've made it to the end of the video, guys, it would mean the world to me if you could give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos I post showing you the latest methods for making money in real estate. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.